Most people think starting a business requires a business plan, 6 months of prep, and some kind of special skill. But I'm gonna show you 7 businesses that you can literally start this weekend for less than $500. And some of them have the potential to fully replace your 9-to-5 income and even potentially make up to 6 figures. So if you get any value in today's video, do me a huge favor and just smash that like button. It would really help me out and get this video in front of more people who need to see it. All right, let's go ahead and start with one that is really simple and extremely fragmented. I guarantee you've never thought of it, and that is grill cleaning. So 80% of American homeowners own a grill or a smoker. And that is 100 million grills sitting in backyards across the US, and the vast majority of them haven't been properly cleaned in years. And my favorite thing is that it is not seasonal. 63% of grill owners use their grill year-round, meaning demand doesn't dry up in October the way most people would assume. Now, to put that opportunity in perspective, in Arizona alone, which is where I live, there are roughly 10 grill cleaning companies based on me doing a couple of quick Google searches. 10 for a market of this size is basically zero competition. So I did a little bit of research of a guy in the Phoenix area, and he charges anywhere from $200 to $300 a grill. He's running about 3 jobs a day, and he's doing that 5 days a week. So do the math on what he's making. That is potentially over $10,000 a month, literally cleaning grills in somebody's backyard. And you know, pricing is really straightforward. You just charge based on the size of the grill. And from the research that I've done, most operators start at around $150 for a basic clean, and then they go up from there depending on the number of burners and how bad the buildup is. And the startup cost for a business like this averages around $500. You really just need a little bit of degreaser, maybe some brushes, a portable steam cleaner, gloves, and a bucket. And that is pretty much a majority, if not all, of your entire startup cost. Now, what I love about businesses like this is you do all your marketing by showing people the before and after photos. And you can post those photos on places like Nextdoor and Facebook Marketplace, and once somebody sees what their grill looks like before and after, they book again and they tell all their neighbors, and a ton of people will find out about you. And this is a business that can run almost entirely on referrals once it gets moving. Okay, so number 2 is furniture assembly, and it made the list because of a 79-year-old retiree in Minnesota. He joined TaskRabbit in 2021 just to stay busy and started assembling IKEA and general furniture. And he charged around $47 an hour, and he pulls in $3,000 to $5,000 a month. And his best year, he cleared over 47 grand assembling furniture on his own schedule. Nearly half of all furniture purchases in the US are now made online. From places like IKEA, Wayfair, and Amazon, people are literally ordering more furniture than ever and having it shipped directly to their door. And a huge chunk of those people, when that box shows up, they either literally do not know how to follow the instructions and actually set it up, or they just don't want to deal with the 50-page IKEA manual that should come with a psychiatrist's phone number. The furniture assembly market was valued at $11.8 billion in 2025 and is projected to hit $22.6 billion by 2034. And that is not a side hustle. And if you already own a basic toolkit, your startup cost is essentially zero. And you don't need a license, you don't need a storefront, you just need some tools, a work ethic, and you need a little bit of skill at being handy. And if a 79-year-old retiree is pulling in almost $50,000 part-time as a side hustle, then why the heck can't you? So the next one I actually have experience with because of my grandpa. And that is pool cleaning. He's been cleaning pools for over 20 years. No degree, no formal training. He literally just had a pool, he learned the chemistry himself, and he just started picking up accounts. And at his peak, he had over 80 accounts, and he ran his business solo. It was just him and his truck and a trailer, and the route that he built through word of mouth. There are 10.7 million swimming pools in the US, and 10.4 million of those are residential. And every single one of them needs to be cleaned, they need to be chemically balanced, and maintained on a regular basis. That is not a niche market. That is a recurring revenue machine. Now think about what this business actually is. It is something where you show up on the same day of every week, you do the same service, and you get paid the same amount every single month. Pool owners typically pay somewhere in the neighborhood of about $80 to $150 a month for a weekly service. So let's just take an average of $100 a month. If you had 50 customers, you'd be making about $5,000 a month. Based on the data, the US pool service consists of about 125,000 2,000 businesses, many of which are small, family-owned, and one-man and one-truck operations. And the plus side is you generally don't need any licensing to clean a residential pool. And if you want accounts like commercial accounts and HOAs, you can go get that license, and this will allow you to build a bigger business. All right, number 4 sounds like a hobby until you understand the market that it taps into, and that is luxury experience planning. Nearly half of all of the proposals in the US are now professionally photographed or recorded. When you look at what people actually spend on a planned intentional proposal, you're looking at thousands of dollars. People are not cutting corners on these moments. They want everything to be perfect, especially for social media, and they are willing to pay somebody to make that happen. So you design and set up the bespoke experiences, the proposals, the birthday, and the date nights. Every event is different, but the model is the exact same. You show up, you set everything up, and by the time your client arrives, the scene is already perfect. You break it down when it's over, and the client never lifts a finger. And your startup costs can be really minimal. $500 for the basics, some rugs, tables, throw pillows, and florals. And packages typically start at around $750, and they go up based on size, add-ons, and customization. And margins are really high because you're not selling a product, you're selling a feeling. And I know from experience because I spent about $5,000 proposing to my now wife. And the best part about a business like this one is that your client does all of the marketing for you because they're literally posting the entire setup onto their social media, and they're probably tagging you. Okay, number 5 is artificial turf cleaning, and most people who own artificial turf think that it's maintenance free. And the US makes up more than 90% of the North American synthetic turf market. There is an estimated $2.7 billion worth of turf already installed across this country. Over 265 million square feet of it. And virtually none of those homeowners know that their turf needs to be professionally cleaned. And it needs to be deodorized and re-groomed on a regular basis. Pet odors build up, fibers get matted down, and debris get embedded. The turf really starts to look and smell exactly what it is, a neglected surface that nobody's maintained. So you're not selling a luxury here, you're solving a problem. And all you need to start is a power broom to lift and refluff the fibers, a deodorizer to kill the pet odors, and a pump sprayer. This can be an extremely profitable business, and it's worth serious consideration. Okay, number 6 is one that I've hired out myself, and it was worth every penny. And this one is an organization business. So people's homes and offices are drowning in stuff. They have too much stuff and they have zero time to deal with it. And what used to be something that people just lived with, they're now paying for somebody else to come and solve. Instagram and TikTok have made an organized home something people actually care about. And now an entire industry has been built around the fact that people want to live and work in places that don't stress them out and that is aesthetically pleasing. The professional organizing market was valued at $1.5 billion in 2024 and is projected to grow at nearly 10% annually through 2033. And it is still highly fragmented, meaning most of the work is going to small independent operators, not big companies. And high-income households, busy professionals, and businesses are all actively looking for somebody to come in and fix and organize the chaos. And the scope is broader than most people think, too. You think closets, garages, home offices, kitchens, storage units, like literally anything. One client can turn into a recurring relationship across multiple different projects. And the startup cost here is basically nothing. You assess the space, you sort it all out, and you quote their project. You're essentially just selling your time. And if the client needs any special bins or stuff to actually put stuff in, then you charge those to the client separately. And kind of like grill cleaning, the marketing here is really simple because it is just a before and an after. And everybody loves the before and after. So when your clients move or upgrade or just accumulate more stuff, you'll be the person that they call. Okay, the last and final one is a handyman. Everybody has a list of stuff that they either don't want to do or don't know how to do, such as patching drywall or hanging a TV or hanging all those frames in a perfect line. So that's your entire business model. And the US handyman market is projected to grow from 4.2 billion to over 12 billion by 2033, and it is still fragmented enough that any solo operator can walk into virtually any market and start getting jobs pretty much immediately. And a lot of handymen that I've found or that I've hired charge anywhere between $60 and $100 an hour depending on the job and the market. So do this consistently and you're building a real income with zero overhead. Your startup cost really on this one depends on what you already own. If you already have some basic tools like a drill, a level, maybe a screwdriver, you're essentially starting for free. And you can list yourself on places like TaskRabbit and Thumbtack, or you can post in local Facebook groups and introduce yourself to a couple of property managers or landlords if you really want to take it to the next level. So there's 7 businesses that you could literally start this weekend for under $500. And I hope you got value from it and you go out there and you take action, because there's so many people probably in your market that have already taken action and are already making serious income. So if you hate your 9-to-5, or you're just looking for a change, or maybe even a side hustle, then maybe 1 out of these 7 is something you could actually see yourself doing. And if you got any value from the video, it would mean the world to me if you would go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already, subscribe so you can see all of our content in the future, and I'll look forward to seeing you then.